Hey folks, I'm back. Uncle Jesse. Well, now I'm gonna be making it's a Latin, not dish. I shouldn't say dishes. It's like a side order. It's appetizer. It's called Alcapudia, and it's made. You can make them from yuca, which is cassava, which is a root plant. Well, it's a root, and you grate it down and you make alcapurias from it. I like the yuca ones; they're delicious. But you can also make it from, I guess, other stuff. I don't know, but you can also make it from green bananas and mix with some other stuff. And I forgot what it is, but I don't put anything else in it but just green bananas, food coloring, a little bit of salt in the mix, and then I make meat, and then I stuff the meat inside, roll them up. They look like little patties, little. Some people shape them like a cigar, and they deep fry them, and they're delicious. I think it's it's the original recipe. I guess is back from the Indians. This is the Indian stuff, the natives that cooked this stuff, and I think so. I don't know. Who am I? Hey, so I'm going to start showing you how I basically peel my green bananas, so they were a pain in the ass, and then and grate them down. Make the mix. It's very simple, and they taste delicious. I tell you, they taste delicious. So stay with me. Okay, so folks, so people are asking me, well, green bananas. Well, you get them in the supermarket. These are regular bananas, and they're just green. This is the way they pick them from the wherever they come from, the tree or whatever. I don't know. And then then they ripen them, turning them into yellow bananas, the ones we eat. That typical people recognize. But they come in bags, and most supermarkets, especially if you live in a Hispanic Latino neighborhood, you'll find them green, and make sure that they're very green. These, I don't know, they're starting to, but what am I gonna do? Too late now. So I just like break them off, just like regular bananas. But you got to peel these things. You can't eat them raw. You can't, when they're green. You can't eat them. What I do, I like to wash them under cold water, and then I basically just cut the tips like this. I make a little small slice on the side. I take a knife that's not sharp at all. I have this knife that's doesn't cut anymore, and I use this to put butter on the bread. And I don't know. It's an old knife my mother gave me. It's been in the family for about 50 years, maybe longer, because I remember when I was a kid. And I start to peel my green bananas. Like I said, sometimes they're a pain in the butt. If you put them in the cold water, they might peel easier. Uh, you know, and when you peel a lot of these things, hey, they become a pain in the butt. This is actually, when you're making what they call pasteles, this is the main ingredient, and you have to like peel like tons of these. And that's why people get together in their families to peel these things, because sometimes you're peeling like a whole box of green bananas to make pasteles. Yep. I know my friend Belinda, she buys like a whole case of bananas and she peels them. I don't know if she gets help, but bless her, because I mean, I'm just going to be opening up about maybe 10. About 10, I think. And just to make this mix, to make the acapudia. So after you make the mix, folks, I'll show you how to put the food coloring and everything, and mix it up. And you put it in the fridge. I like putting it in the fridge for a couple hours, so it really gets sort of thickens up. It makes it more easy to handle, not all soft, so it won't fall apart. And then you start to make them into patties, small patties. I'll show you how to do that later on in another video when I show you when I fry these. I'm not going to cook these tonight. I'm just going to make the mix, and I'm going to save it for tomorrow, maybe as a snack, as a side dish, But these things are great. You put meat inside, ground beef. I guess you could put all kind of other meats inside it. I don't know. But I've always eaten them with ground beef. Some people put like pork inside of it, pieces of pork, I guess. I don't know. And but you find these in those places in the Bronx. You find these in Spanish Harlem. They call them those places called cuchifritos, and you find them there. And but the ones you find in those stores are mostly made from yuca, because when these are laid around for a while, they don't taste good. They get hard and they get stale. Like I don't know, like potatoes when you leave them around. So they usually in the stores for business, they make them out of yuca, and they mix it with this thing called yautía. I think it's kind of vegetable. I don't know what the hell. I think it grows. I don't know. I think it grows under the ground too. But they mix it with yautía and stuff like that. And I don't know what yautía is. I don't know the translation. I don't know, but it prevents it from getting, I guess, hard and stuff. Whatever the hell it is. But I make mine out of green bananas, and they're made to eat like right away, instead of laying around. But I guess if you have a business restaurant, you got to make them out of yuca and out of any other stuff. I don't know. That's just me. Hey, I don't know anything. I'm just learning. Anyway, so I get these recipes and I try them. And I've been eating Acapudias for years. You go to this Gucci Fritos and you ask for Acapudia, and they taste good. I mean, really do. And when I went to Puerto Rico, I went to Puerto Rico for the first time in 1973. My God. And I haven't gone to Puerto Rico in years. And Gilbert and I went 3 years ago, and we really enjoyed it. And it was all new to me. And we had some acapudias made from yuca. They were like huge. And yeah, folks, you find these in the roadsides in Puerto Rico. You find people cooking these things in roadsides. Tell you, go into one of those cuchi fritos and ask for acapudia, you'll see. Or come over to my place, and you see. So, like I said, they were a pain in the ass a little bit to peel, but they get there. So stay tuned, folks. So, folks, I peeled about, I don't know, 10 bananas. Let me see, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, about 10 bananas. And let me show you how they look. Okay, these are the green bananas I peeled. And now I'm going to start grating them. I'm going to be using a grater like this, you can find in the stores. And I'm going to start using this and grating this. These bananas are kind of, they're not that hard, so it's easy to grate. So let me show you how it's done. So you use this side of the grater, the one with the little holes, and you start to grate. And let me show you how it's done. Okay, can you see that? There you go. So you take the bananas after you peel them and wash them down, and you just start. Now you got to be careful with this because you can sand down your fingertips, and then you don't want to make acapudias with fingertips or nails, right? So you just keep an eye on. Pay attention. Don't be on your phone. Pay attention that you don't scrape your hand. This is, even though this is just cooking, it could get a little bit dangerous. So some people know how to grate this all the way to the bottom. If you're good like that, pretty good, right? Let me show you once more. Okay, now that's not looking like much, but when you have a lot of the mix in there, and then I'm going to show you what to do with the mix. So some people put these through a machine. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way, and just grating this. And this could be a pain in the butt if you're making a lot of this for even, especially like if you're gonna sell these things, or you're gonna, you're working in a restaurant. There's machines that do this, but I don't have a machine that does this. I think I could use a blender, I guess, but I don't know. I've never used a blender for this, and I just don't trust it. It might make the mix too soft, and I don't know. So I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. Like I said, I'm only gonna grate about 10 of these, or yeah, about 10. I've done 3 so far. I got 4, 1. I got about 7 or 8 more to go, so it's not that bad. And if you have kids at home, let the kids do it. That's what kids are for. Anyway, stay tuned. Okay, folks, so I got my plantain, my green bananas mixed up already, and let me show you how it looks. It's like a pancake batter, It's a batter, actually. It's a batter. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add some coloring to this by using this thing called achote. It's a natto seed, and this, I believe, comes out of a tree, and I think it's I don't know. Anyway, it's used a lot in food coloring and a lot of other stuff. And what you have to do is you get a small pan. You put some oil in there, and then you put a teaspoon or 2 of these seeds, and then you let it cook for a while. But you gotta be careful, don't burn. You let this lets out color, and you gotta be very careful because this color will not come off. It's a yellowish color, and it's hard to get off. So I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. So I'm going to warm up my oil, and I'm going to put my annatto seeds in, the achote, about 2 or 3 teaspoons, maybe more, tablespoons actually. And I'm just going to, under low flame, I'm going to heat it up and start to extract. That's the word, extract. Hey, big word there. Extract the color from it, okay? Let me show you how it looks. Okay, so this is how it looks. In a few minutes, you're gonna see the oil turning yellowish, and that means the annatto seeds. These are the seeds. They're real small, and they start to extract. They start to release a yellowish color, and this is what you want to put in this batter, in this mix. See, you can tell already it's starting to turn a little yellowish, and that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so I put some salt to the mix, and then I am going to, if you can see this yellowish achote is what's, and I'm going to be using a strainer so I don't get the seeds in there. And let me show you how it's done. I pour this into the, okay, so you gotta, like I said, you gotta be very careful, because this thing is, the coloring is very powerful. And what I do, I start to fold the mix, and fold the mix, and I'm looking for a yellowish color from this mix, and I fold it. Okay, let me see if you can see it a little better there. Okay, so there goes my mix. I want to get everything even, and I want to make it sure. So I'm folding just like a batter. You know, you fold it and you mix it. Right? You want to get that yellowish color in there. You know, when you fry these things, you don't want them to look all pale and white. You just don't. They're not appetizing looking, and they're not. So you get that nice yellowish color in there. And this is about the color I want. Maybe a little drop or 2. So I used about 4 tablespoons of achote, and then you can adjust to it, but don't put too much. If you put too much, when you fry these things, they're gonna turn real dark. So you gotta be careful. So folks, there goes the mix. Out of this mix, this is almost full to the top. You can probably get, depending on the size you make, you can probably get a good 20 acapudias out of here. And in another video, I'm going to show you how I do it. You have to put it in, well, I use a plate. I put it on a plate. I put the meat in the middle, and then I fold it closed. And then in hot oil, make sure it's hot, so that when you put this in, it doesn't fall apart. You deep fry these, and then till they're nice and crunchy. And the meat is inside the middle. You put the meat. I'm going to be using ground beef. So this is done. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator overnight. You can cook it right away. It's ready to be cooked right now, but we're not going to eat this at this time of night. But tomorrow, when you keep it in the refrigerator, it gets nice. It hears better. So when you mix it, it doesn't fall apart. So a little bit of coldness makes it bind. That's the word I was looking for. Bind better, and it'll be ready, and it won't fall apart when you fry it. So tomorrow, folks, in another video, you're gonna see how I put together my acapudias, and I fry them. And but this is basic, and like I said, a lot of people might do them different. Some people add this other vegetable called yautía. I don't know what that comes from. I'm assuming under the ground or something. I don't know. I'm not a gardener, but some people do use yautía to mix it into some people use plátano, I guess, mixed into the green banana. Some people make them out of yuca, which is cassava. What's that about? Hey folks, I'm Uncle Jesse here. I'm going to finish this video up because I'm having a problem with my upstairs neighbor. I don't know, she's banging in the pipes like it's the end of the world. First of all, it's 8:16 at night, and I don't even have music on. I think I have the TV on, and I'm making a video. You're watching me make this video, and she's banging in the pipes. I don't know, she's got to be a wacko. I'm not even going to get into it, but this is not going to end right. So anyway, folks, with that said, it keeps up. I'm going to have to go up there and settle this once and for all, because I'm honestly not making any noise. I'm talking to you guys. I'm making this video. You see how I'm talking, right? I don't understand. I just don't get it. Anyway, folks, tomorrow I'm going to put these acapudias together, and then we're gonna put them together, and I'm going to cook them, and I'm going to show you how it's done. So see you guys tomorrow.